Is the door for a WWE return fully closed? And who would be your dream opponent if you had to have a first match back?
Are they closed off to it, or am I closed off?
Both sides. If they are they, are you?
This is TMZ Inside the Ring.
Welcome to TMZ's Inside the Ring. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to say my name.
Oh, boy.
We talk about this all the time. I'm Branson, Quirke.
I'm Roger Corral.
Hey, Roger, welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah.
Roger was out sick.
I've been sick.
But today, we have a absolute treat.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorite guys.
A guy that could destroy us both if he wanted to.
And, you know, one guy who I had trouble writing an intro for because he's just done so much.
Yeah, man.
So I'm going to attempt it, and let's hope he doesn't clap back at me afterwards that I missed anything. Well, welcome back to the show, everybody. Our guest has dominated professional wrestling across 3 continents, holding championship gold in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and, of course, WWE's NXT, where he was a foundational member of the legendary Undisputed Era. He's a master of the mat and a veteran of legitimate combat sports as well, holding a professional boxing record with a knockout victory. Please help me welcome the one and only Bobby Fish. Welcome, Bobby.
Bobby.
Thank you, guys. Honestly, as I do some of these, the kind words are truly, I need to let you know as a performer, they are humbling to hear. So thank you. Really appreciate it.
No, absolutely. It's funny because one example before I had formerly known Dolph Ziggler, I had Nick Nemeth on, and I missed so many great moments from his WWE career in the intro. And he said, buddy, you got to go look up my Wikipedia and get these points. And I go, okay. He was just kidding, obviously.
I know, we did an intro for MVP, and he was like, you guys.
Well, MVP was actually upset.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, there are some good eggs in this industry, man.
Yeah.
So you just started a podcast recently talking about what's going on with you. I know you're facing an injury. I'm not sure how that's going. If you want to give us an update on that.
Well, it's a YouTube channel more so, right?
Yeah, YouTube channel. We're doing a podcast associated with it. I've only done 1 episode so far. First guest was Devon Dudley. I believe that's coming out this week. Cool. We got our second guest lined up, so we'll be hitting that soon. And then once it's in the can or whatever, it's I might be saying it wrong. In the can sounds kind of dirty.
It does.
We'll get that one out. And so yeah, it's both, but YouTube channel for sure. We are hitting that hard, and it's going well so far. Yeah, really well.
I mean, talk to us a little bit about, we spoke about this right before we pressed record. Talk to us a little bit about your journey in making content and how you feel that this is a whole new era of your YouTube channel and everything you're doing.
I think for me over the years, and going way back to when the internet was in its infancy, but as it pertained to pro wrestling, you had guys cutting promos on their own and kind of going for lack of a better term, guerrilla style. Mm-hmm. And I was always keen to that. And I think I did that for a long time. But I think now, like everything else, it's going to evolve, right? And I think the evolution now is that content is still king. I don't know that that'll ever change.
No way.
However, I think another cliche, I'm probably going to throw a few of them out here today, but
okay.
Is that, and now I just forgot it.
No, you're good. I do that all the time.
Perception is reality. And I think that you see that with content. I mentioned to y'all before, just that, I've seen multiple comments about the upgrade to the channel and some of our recordings. And the first few, I did guerrilla style. I did, similar to this. And, then we are now using a studio for some of our other ones. And now I feel like, okay, we're not going to down you. You can't go back. Right.
Yeah. No,
Bobby moved on up, dude.
It's all about listener experience. And
Yeah, it looks
viewer
like
experience.
everything's going to have to go to to the studio now. But yeah, I mean and it's just accepting it that like, okay, nobody's doing this to fail. You're doing this to be successful. So if your audience, whatever that is, if they're giving you feedback and you ignore it, like you're the asshole. Oh, can I say that on here?
You can say whatever you want.
Don't worry, it's a podcast.
Right.
This is not TMZ on Fox. This is,
All right.
No, you're good. No, I get it, man. It's all about the viewer experience, the listener experience. And plus, there's so much competition out there that, standing out is always king. But at the same time, it's the content too. And just being the honest person, having those honest conversations that you have had on your videos just in the last few videos now. So I want to ask you too, man. I mean, you have held so much gold. You've done so many amazing things across NXT, Ring of Honor, New Japan.
AEW.
You have AEW. Did I say AEW?
We forgot AEW.
Oh my God. Why didn't you correct me, Bobby? I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, I didn't hold any titles in AEW, so maybe that's what you meant.
You had some incredible career in AEW. So what excites you most about this current chapter of your career? Not just in content, but in also being on the indie scene and still working.
I think two guys that I'm gonna name, and I just think that they're doing it right, and they're doing it, dare I say, like guerrilla style in a different context, but is Killer Cross, and Matt Cardona.
Love Matt.
Matt, yeah, I mean, just okay. So you said Matt, so let's go Matt first, because I'm gonna probably blow them both up a little bit here because I just have so much goddamn respect for them.
Yeah.
Matt, the indie god, and we've all heard it. Fans of pro wrestling or performers in it. Like if you say something long enough, it starts to become people start to believe it or accept it. And that's all that it was. And here's a guy that he didn't hear that and then go, yeah, he heard it. I assume it'd be a question for him, and then he started to apply it. And as he started to apply it, he just wouldn't stop, beating that proverbial dead horse. And now, like, I think it's one's associated with the other. If somebody says Matt Cardona, you're like, oh, the indie god.
Yeah.
It's true. He became such a big deal on his own. You should know he was our very first guest.
He was our first guest on the podcast. And yeah, we have a lot of respect for him too. And I don't know if you did you see his Unreal version that he made called Unsigned, that his behind the scenes video that he was promoting?
Was it long form? If it was long form, I don't think I saw it.
It was a long form where he essentially did exactly what WWE did with the Unreal, taking cameras behind the stage, breaking the kayfabe.
Okay.
He did his own thing called Unsigned
in the indie scene.
This in the indie scene, and it is one of the most amazing videos.
Yeah, it was great.
I have ever seen.
I'm gonna go check it out.
You got it, and he makes some really good points. One being that he doesn't have WWE posting for him every day. He doesn't have a week where he can leave and WWE will take care of his social media accounts. He's got to be on social media every day. Content is king, and he feels that any type of backlash that he gets for that is so unwarranted. But yeah, I mean, he's such a king at this, and he's done a great job.
He really is. I mean, if you go back to like the Long Island IZ days, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a thing then, and he figured something out. And I think he just continues to figure more things out and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. And like, I mean, there's no, you can't, if you are waiting for the perfect day to come, like, you're going to just keep waiting. It's a matter of like, okay, walk out the door, like, take that first step, go. And I think Matt is, that come to life in every way, shape, and form. And then you look at Killer Cross, it's the same thing. Like, I'm not going to take what you give me. I'm coming for more because I'm worth more. I'm of more value than you see or than but you don't get to be judge, jury, and executioner. Like, my ability, or my willingness is probably more accurate, but my willingness to outwork everyone, you can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah. And we've all seen your work. Shifting gears here, your latest episode that you did on your YouTube series, you go into the infamous CM Punk feud. And obviously I'm going to ask you about this. I wanted to expand a bit on that in terms of, we know the incident, and then you explained what happened afterwards, and, you saw him talk to Tony behind the scenes, and you tried to, talk to them and see if you could figure out a solution to all this. Was there a relationship before this? Like, was CM Punk someone that, because you also mentioned CM Punk tried to take on a leadership role behind the scenes. Was this something that was obvious to everyone? Was it something that was just simply an issue with you? Or I kind of want to get a feel of the locker room at the time.
He never appeared to me to be part of the locker room. I mean, one of the things that, he had his own locker room. So like, I think when you do that, like, Sting had his own locker room too. So let me not be, like pick my, cherry picking. But Sting is Sting. Period. I don't want to get into like the hierarchy of things or whatnot, because what's the measuring stick? Are we talking bank accounts? Are we talking, I mean, Phil has a big bank account. I get that. But I guess for me, it's like, I don't know. I sat next to Samoa Joe in the boys' locker room. I called my match because I wrestled Bryan Danielson for AEW too. And I sat in the boys' locker room in a chair across from Bryan when we put a few things together for that. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if comparison, apples and oranges, I don't know.
Was there a locker room leader at the time? That's been something that's been said about the locker room in an AEW, is that the wrestlers run the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really. It's different. I'll say that. It was a unique locker room. I don't know that there was any like locker room leader. I think, when I was there, like, obviously Sting is Sting. So
yeah,
I mean, come on. And then, but Sting is also pretty quiet and reserved in that way too. And like, what a sweetheart of a guy. And like, for the 13-year-old me to think that like Sting, oh man, Sting's a Christian and a good goddamn person too. Like, I don't know. That just, you can, it proves to me that, you go out and meet your heroes, because sometimes they're not going to disappoint you. But I would say, for lack of, like, Samoa Joe to me was a locker room leader. I think if Joe or Bryan, but Bryan again is pretty quiet. I at least when I was there, if Joe had something to say, I know I'm fucking listening.
Me too.
I know afterwards you said something to the effect of, you could kick his ass if you wanted to.
I mean, we all saw. I don't want to be petty. I don't.
No, and it's fine. That's why I wanted to expand on it, because again, I think that's something that comes with these platforms. You want to be able to tell your own story, because other people are going to say it. You know what I mean? So I figured I posed the question. Again, I wanted to get more insight on that in terms of, were you the only one that had these feelings towards Punk?
I can only speak for myself, so I don't know. And I'm not a shit talker in that way. So like, if there's somebody that I don't care for or that I have difference with, I'm not going around the locker room and trying to see who's on my side with it. Like, it's just not a game I play. I keep the stuff to myself for the most part. I really don't know. I know that I had heard over the years, people talk, and coming up, through Ring of Honor and whatever, the same story was always kind of put out there that he's a politician and blah blah blah. And I don't judge people on hearsay. I wait until I have an interaction with them, and then that's when I start to form my opinion. And that AEW match, and what would come after it, is what my first impression was, and my interaction, my actual person to person, performer to performer interaction with Phil Brooks was that. So to me, he proved everything that I needed to know about him in those moments and in those interactions. And dare I say, he might feel the same way about me, and that's fine.
Yeah. I want to mention too, you said you had issues with FTR, specifically Dax, and it led to a parking lot confrontation. Did anything else happen after that confrontation?
No, and we never made it out to the parking lot. Dax and I think he and I, there's a professional understanding between us, and we were able to shake hands and hug it out after. So I think that's the difference between maybe Phil and Dax and me, but still with Dax, him and Phil, maybe they never had any differences, but yeah, I guess me bringing that up on there, the way that it goes into the story, is really just because that was an opportunity that Phil used to try and take the position of locker room leader. And in the best way I could, I just let him know, like, bro, take that shit somewhere else, because it's not here for me.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's where it comes down to, like, okay, we're performers and we're pro wrestlers and blah, blah, blah. And this is our locker room. And I want everything to be like, there's no reason it shouldn't be friendly. However, like, let's not forget, man, like, this is a predetermined sport. Like, you're not beating anybody. You're not champion of dick. And,
well said.
Like, I'm before I'm a pro wrestler, and before I'm the guy that, like, listen, if you're signing my check, I'll go out and lose, win, whatever. I'm somebody's, at that time, I'm still somebody's father. And at that time I was somebody's husband. Like, all of these things come first before pro wrestler. And one of them is man. You know, I'm a man. So if we've got differences, the way that we hash that out is that we talk face to face. And if it comes down to, we have to go out to the parking lot, it can be that, but it doesn't, I mean, come on, I'm somebody's father. It doesn't need to go there, but it certainly shouldn't be. I mean, Phil, you tattled on me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I get to the back and you're already in the proverbial principal's ear, Tony Khan. And then you both not only walk away from me, but walk away from each other when I approach. Like, there's nothing man about that.
No, not at all.
Did your relationship with Tony change after that?
Yeah, but I don't know that my relationship with Tony was, like, Tony is, pretty quiet and reserved. So I always found it a little bit of a difficult process to get an audience with Tony. And rightfully so. I mean, he's the head of the ship there, and there's so many parts, and there's so much coming and going and in and out. And, like, he's a busy man. Like, I'm not knocking him in any way for that. He's trying to, manage the chaos. But I certainly don't believe that helped our relationship in any way, unfortunately.
Is there a big difference in management style between Tony Khan and Triple H, just in your experience?
Yeah. Yes.
How so?
I think Hunter's a bit more of a presence, a physical presence, and to get an audience with Hunter is not always possible, but inevitable. So as a performer, you kind of know, like, okay, well, shit, it might not be today, but I'll get him before the end of the week, and so you understand that, no, it's just that he's busy. And Tony's busy too. So I can't say that doesn't hold up as well. But I never doubted that if I needed Hunter's ear for something, that I wouldn't eventually get there. And with Tony, it didn't happen. And so I can only go based on that. Cause like, I'm not here in any way to shit talk Tony either. I just, if I'm being honest about the difference between the two, that was the question. That would be my answer.
I completely agree with you. Like, in no way. I mean, these are totally different experiences everybody has. And it's actually interesting that you say that Tony Khan is a quiet, more reserved guy.
Yeah, because we hear the opposite.
I always thought he would be pretty like outgoing backstage and everything, because he's a big wrestling fan himself. So I thought he'd be very,
Well,
big,
it could be that he just wasn't a big wrestling fan of Bobby Fish.
Right.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because he loved Ring of Honor and he loved all your work. Like, I don't believe that at all.
Okay. So honestly, if like something were to come out to confirm that, like that, I would honestly be touched by that. That would mean something to me. And more than anything, because he's a fan, and we're all out there for fans of our work. Now, like, you can get into the weeds here. We can go inside baseball terminology and, heel, face, like, well, they need to hate you. But like, I think y'all know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. In terms of, I want to ask you this because you have, all this combat sports background. There's a lot of tribalism in backlash over WWE bringing in a lot of athletes as of late, and athletes coming and then going super fast because they're unhappy with whether it is the pay, whether it is the environment. I just want to know your thoughts on that, on just athletes coming in and being able to skip that whole grunt mud climbing through place like the Indies when you're in the beginning.
I think there's value in both, and obviously having come up through the Indies and now going back to the Indies and right now seeing it, to me, as this opportunity, and like we started down this path bringing up Kevin and Matt. I think that they've shown us, they've put a couple of different blueprints out there that, like, hey, if you're going to come up through the mud, like you basically described, it's not only possible, but it can be enjoyable. Like, you don't have to suffer through it. You can make the most of it. And I think that they're a perfect example of that. So I have just a certain reverence for it. Now, if you come in as a former Division I athlete, and like, I don't think that's, like, listen, it's circumstantial. Like, that doesn't make you a bad person. And if you take advantage of that, that doesn't make you a bad person. That just makes you not stupid. So I don't knock either one. I think WWE, they're the pinnacle in the industry. And they've always gone back and forth on it, and sometimes it's, I think when Vince was still controlling things, they would say, like, sometimes it's vanilla, sometimes it's chocolate. So sometimes it is the college athlete, and sometimes, fewer times, but it's the independent guy that's come up. And, dare I say, like, NXT Black and Gold, when that became kind of the thing, like, I think what made it pop the way it did was because fans didn't know it was possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it became possible. So now, like, these guys from Ring of Honor, these guys from New Japan, these guys that fans had seen wrestling fucking the Battle of Los Angeles, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and they're seeing these guys on SmackDown. Fuck, what is this, like a bizarro sort of, and it just made it gave the air of like, wow, anything is possible.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of Vince, I don't know if you ever got to work with Vince. And is there a reason why you think Undisputed Era never made it to the main roster? It was a group that everyone adored, everyone loved,
and
that
a banger
era.
theme song.
Banger theme song.
We hated that thing at first.
What?
You did?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Well, we might not. Every theme song I've ever had that I haven't picked. I've always been at least lukewarm in the beginning, and then ended up loving it to the point of where, like, I can't come out to anything else. That's absurd. So maybe it's just me.
Who did that one? Was it Def Rebel or was it
I think that was the Jim Johnson, wasn't it?
CFO or is it Jim Johnson?
I don't know. Did you guys have any input in that?
No.
Really?
They obviously like gave us samples of things, and then, but I'm pretty sure, unless they went behind my back, I'm pretty sure that once it was decided that was an office decision. And, and they were right. I mean, in my time under Hunter there, I learned, I just don't fucking doubt him. Now, when it comes to the wrestling industry, like, if his and my opinion don't align, I'm the asshole, and I know it.
Oh, it's CFO.
It was CFO.
Yeah, CFO has written some bangers.
Yeah, dude, that was a great one. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly used to come down jamming, like, down the rampway.
He did. And I'll tell you, that's one of the and Kyle, I love him. I can't say enough. He is truly a brother to me. That's just Kyle. Like, Kyle didn't tell any of us he was going to do that. He did. It just his personality, and it's amazing to think that all the years early, when that wasn't on display, because you see it now and it seems so natural and so like him. Yeah, and it wasn't always there, and the fact that it started to come out in the ways that it did, and it continues to now, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, what is your favorite theme song in wrestling? If you had to pick anything come to mind?
Man.
You got Randy Orton, that's good. You got Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I do DX. I was always
the DX is a classic.
I'm pretty partial to that.
Actually,
one.
all of Triple H's songs I've always been banging.
The game?
Yeah.
He's
he gave himself great bangers.
I don't like King of Kings though. I'm not the biggest fan.
It's good still though.
Here's my problem with King of Kings. The only problem, I'm a Christian. And we know the King of Kings, and I don't know. It's a little presumptuous.
I'm a Christian too. My dad's a pastor, so I get it.
Is that why you don't like it?
No, actually, it's hard for me. Like, I mean, I understand that, and then also it's just not. It doesn't hit as hard as the game.
Yeah,
It just
nothing. The game is. I mean, that hits hard.
Play the game.
That hits hard.
Going back. What is your opinion as to why you guys were never called up to the main roster as a group?
I think it was considered. I think it was given quite a bit of consideration. Why it didn't happen, I think maybe more timing than anything else. And then eventually, like, we're in the COVID era, no pun intended. I don't think that did us any favors. I do know for a fact that some of what happened booking wise after the fourth War Games, where we wrestled Pat McAfee and that group, I know there was obviously they ironed things out eventually because Pat is there, but there was a contract something or other going on there. And that's, as much as I knew, but we weren't going to continue with that storyline. So that's where it was like, okay, well, what else do we do with UE? And I think they pulled the trigger on the split prematurely. And I think that the powers that be at that time would probably agree with me saying that. And I think that, it just wasn't, towards the end there would have been the time to bring us up, because that would have given us a fresh coat of paint. But I think whatever was going on behind the scenes with that, we just got caught up in that mix, wrong place, wrong time. And they pulled the trigger on a split too soon, earlier than anybody wanted to see. And I think that was pretty evident. And I think that that's still why you have sort of the clamorings now of just, seeing the four of us together on screen. It hasn't been, and absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? So
my mom says that to me all the time.
You got to visit your mom.
Hey,
more.
listen,
But it's true.
I warned
It's
y'all
true.
at the beginning. I'm gonna get the cliches in.
No, it's not
Cliche machine.
I tell people that all the time. In relationships, that plays out too. So,
Yeah.
last question for you, and I'm going to combine this into one question. Is the door for a WWE return fully closed, and who would be your dream opponent if you had to have a first match back?
Okay. So are you asking me, is it closed by, like, are they closed off to it, or am I closed off to
Both
it?
sides. If they are you?
I'm not. I can't speak for them.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not closed off to it. I enjoyed my time there. They are who they are. And at the end of the day, like, I'm still a pro wrestler. So,
Yeah.
My dream opponent there. So now it would have been Samoa Joe, but he's not there anymore. So, it's tough because,
Sounds like you have to go back to AEW then.
yeah, I can't say fit, because nobody at his age and my age combined, nobody wants to see that.
Oh
match.
my
But, like,
gosh.
I would love to work Fit Finley.
That'd be great.
As far as who's there now, I have had a match with him before, but how the fuck are you going to go wrong with AJ Styles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be a part of the farewell tour next year.
And we had great chemistry in the match that we did have in Ring of Honor. So, like, I can't imagine. It's the same way I felt when I wrestled Brian for AEW years previous. We had wrestled for a company called Evolve and had great chemistry. And with AEW, I was happy to see that we still had it. So with AJ, I would think it would be the same. And if I gotta, that's it. Dream opponent in WWE right now, AJ Styles.
I'm calling it
Nice.
Next year for the farewell tour.
Nice.
We got to make this happen. We got to make this happen.
I believe in manifestation. I've read all of Joe Dispenza's books, and I'm a believer in the quantum field. And I'm a Christian, but at the same time, I believe that we have a lot more, not control, but a lot more influence over our universe and our reality than we understand.
Wow. It's weird. Like, I'm a Christian too, but I still believe in things like, I have these socks, and if I wear those socks, then bad things happen to me that day. And I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
It does.
So you got to burn those socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a hat too. And guess what? 2 days ago, I wore the hat, and then my car got towed in the middle of the night. So I'm telling you, man, it's in my closet.
You don't have to be superstitious, just a little stitches.
Just a little. I told my dad about that. He'd kill me.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully that's not the hat on your head.
No,
Yeah.
this is for my grandpa, so all good things.
All right. There's good juju on that.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're so excited to see what you're doing, and this new YouTube channel and this new era of Bobby Fish. Anything else you'd like to promote before you head out?
Really the YouTube channel is my biggest focus right now. We're really trying to hammer that, make it what it can be, which I think is something pretty cool and pretty unique. And the one thing I would say is, like, on that channel, because there are no filters and no limitations and whatever, like, you're getting authentically me. You're getting I will stand for like nothing less on that channel. And you're gonna get content that is me, my true feelings. I'm not gonna bullshit anybody. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to like spin any sort of well, this will make me look good,
right,
kind of thing.
Spinning the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, my truth is my truth, and you don't have to like it, or you can love it. It's really for the viewer to decide. So yeah, please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe.
Okay.
Click that notification button so you don't miss any new content. Please, in the comments, we've been asking for things that people want to hear, and we are paying attention to it, and we're queuing some of those up. We're going to get a few of those shot, and we're going to be putting them out there, and we're going to continue to pay attention to the requests. So please, and also Bobby Fish merch.com. It's coming. We are working on it. We're in the process. Also getting back on top of my Pro Wrestling Tees store, because it's been pretty dormant over the last few years, and that's fault of my own. But we're gonna get to work on that, and please just pay attention to all the stuff we got going on. And we got the podcast. Keep an eye out for the episode with Devon. That'll be the first one we drop. And
amazing.
Wow.
One more question. Do you have a favorite fish?
A favorite kind of fish to eat, or like I'm just a fan of this particular kind of fish? Like
either one.
I like piranha.
I was thinking to eat.
Oh, to eat.
I'm a cod guy myself.
Eat. I am there's a fish that we got in Ormond Beach, Florida, where I had a house where I lived with my ex-wife. It's called tilefish.
Tilefish. What is that?
It's by description would be like a mild fish taste. I don't know what kind of a fish it is, like when it's living. Like if it's a bottom feeder, I would think that it's not.
You've only seen it on a plate.
I've only seen it on a plate. So but it was like one of the biggest sellers in what's the name of the fish market there? I can't remember, but it's in Ormond Beach. I know that. So, no. No, not a fan of bass.
Really? Yeah, it's kind of fishy. I like salmon though. Salmon's
Atlantic is by far the best fish.
Atlantic?
Yeah.
Is that a fish? I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, of course. What are you talking about?
Oh.
I like salmon too. And I would say tilefish is probably similar, but even more mild.
You ever tried rockfish?
I'm not sure that there's what's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, have you tried rockfish? It's you probably wouldn't like it. It's like bass.
Dwayne Johnson has a fish.
You'll smell like it when you eat it for like 3 days. It happens.
Actually,
beautiful.
These are great ideas for the t-shirts coming up as well.
No, I love
it. Well done. See, I teed it up for you.
Yeah.
I just love fish and chips anywhere. So, all right, man. We really appreciate you coming on. Hey, if you're ever in LA and want to come by the studio and come on and do an interview with us, we could just,
we'd love that.
Do more promotion for you. We'd love it.
Yeah, I got a guy, a buddy of mine from high school who is a stand-up comedian out that way, Mark Saratella, and I am going to be out there eventually again, and I will look y'all up, and I would love to come by the studio.
Sick. Yeah, we've got your guys' number, so great. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bobby. And we'll put everything in the description for you. And everybody, thanks for listening to TMZ's Inside the Ring. Thanks.
Thank you.